Get ready for the next battle.
Really exciting news to end my day, at least on my time. Anyway, so S.H.Figuarts are now going to be doing Tekken 8 figures, which is really nice to see. Really nice to see. I was really hoping they'd tackle Tekken at some point. It is a Bandai Namco game, and S.H.Figuarts is their thing, so it's really nice to see. Really nice to see, because we've got Storm Collectibles doing Tekken figures in the past. They don't look too bad, but they're just kind of not my kind of thing, and they're really quite large. So I'm really excited to see what S.H.Figuarts do. There's no kind of preview of figures out at the moment. It was just an announcement that they did. Now, this could be kind of me getting my hopes up quite high and then setting myself up for disappointment. A bit like the Bleach Ichigo one, which in the end doesn't look that good. I still haven't got mine and received it, but the pictures really don't look good for that. But I'm hoping that this line really does deliver. Now, it's probably best to compare it more to the Street Fighter stuff, which I think, for personally looking back, I did enjoy the figures, but looking at it now today, since the original versions came out, I think there's a lot of improvements that they could do with that line as well. Articulation-wise, a range of motion, they were really great for the most part, but just the kind of look of them, I think they could improve. So here with Tekken 8, I'm really hoping that they can deliver with whichever character that they decide to go with. So there's so many wants for me personally. Tekken is one of my favorite fighting game franchises. Obviously a little bit behind Street Fighter. I've spoken about Street Fighter a few times on my channel. That's definitely my number one fighting game. Tekken, though, is still very close to my heart. I wouldn't say I'm very good at it, by the way, but it still is something that I'm really fond of, hence the username as well, right? So Ryu from Street Fighter and Kazama from Tekken. So there's a lot of kind of characters that I would love to see, but because this is Tekken 8 specifically, let's kind of talk about what I want to see from S.H.Figuarts here so far. So of course, I'm just going to start with Kazuya Mishima. He's one of my favorite characters. Yeah, I know my username doesn't use Mishima, but yeah, Kazuya Mishima. I definitely want to see him as an S.H.Figuarts figure in his Tekken 8 look. Of course, these are all going to use the Tekken 8 look. Hopefully the default outfits, for the most part. We'll get into it in a second. Kazuya just looks really cool. He's a super iconic character. I love that kind of overcoat and the suit look that he has. It's just something I've always enjoyed since pretty much Tekken Tag, when they had the CG look of that guy there. So that's really cool to see. Although, saying that, it'd be nice if they did a random variant where he's in his Tekken 1 tank top, jeans, and was it Converses that he's wearing? I think that would be really funny to see as well, of a figure of Kazuya like that. Now, I think he's probably going to be one of the lead figures for this line. I would be shocked if he isn't. And alongside him, I'm going to assume Jin Kazama will be the other figure that's going to lead this as well. To be honest, it could be just Jin, and then Kazuya comes later. But I wouldn't be surprised with one of those two. I think one of those two is definitely like guaranteed at this point, because they're just the face of the series at this point. I mean, there's no Heihachi announced so far, but at this point, those two definitely make a lot of sense. Jin looks fine. I do think he's a little bit over-designed. Most of these characters in Tekken 8, in my opinion, are a little bit over-designed. There's too much detail going on. But I'm still okay. If we have Jin, maybe I would honestly prefer if it was more like his shirtless outfit and just using his karate pants and then the belt. I'm fine with that. But let's see what we get with Jin. I think he's going to probably be a little bit complicated and maybe not look as good in a figure because there's so much design work with his kind of default outfit. But I think we'll get him. The other kind of characters I would love to see is Ling Xiaoyu. Would be amazing to see. We need a female in here in this lineup. So Ling Xiaoyu would be one of my top picks for this one. I generally like most of her designs from Tekken. Tekken 8 one is really nice. It is quite complex looking, a lot of pattern work going on with her, like, and a lot of kind of, I think it's feather stuff, I can't remember now. But she looks quite intricate in her details, but I would like to see her as a figure. And then one I'm going to kind of skip and say, move on to quickly what I don't want to see, which is going to be Azucena. Now, I think her style looks interesting, but I don't really enjoy or like the way that this character looks. I don't like that sportsy looking. I don't know what kind of look that they're going. Like, she looks athletic, but sponsored athletic. Plus, she's got the kind of coffee bean story theme behind her. That's fine. The coffee stuff is fine. I just don't really like the way that she looks. I think the character features everything. Looks, she's fine, but just the outfit is kind of meh to me. So I would kind of skip on wanting this as a figure. So yeah, not something I would want to see. But given that she's one of the newer characters in Tekken 8, or a new character for Tekken 8, sorry, then I won't be surprised either if she does end up getting picked. Personally, I would rather not to see her though. Jumping back to what I would still like to see, Yoshimitsu would be great. we've always got a new Yoshimitsu design every Tekken game, so it'd be nice to see him as a figure. But personally, one of my top ones of the characters that have a really cool looking design to Tekken 8 compared to before, Hwoarang. I want to 100% see Hwoarang come as an S.H.Figuarts. I love the way he looks. His face especially is such a good upgrade from previous games. Just an awesome looking design in Tekken 8. I love that he's got his the dobok up top, and then he's just got biker pants at the bottom as well. It looks really cool. It doesn't really match. That's fine. It's kind of like whatever. It's Hwoarang. I can do what I want type of thing. But it looks cool. He looks cool. He's one of my favorite looking characters in Tekken 8 so far. As I mentioned, I find a lot of these characters tend to be really kind of over-designed. A lot of accessories, a lot of this and that happening. Martial Law, for example, is just not as simple as I would like him. He's just kind of things in general, design-wise for Tekken 8 and even Soul Calibur actually have just gone really extreme with their designs, and I think they just need to tone it down a bit. But yeah, Hwoarang to me is just a really damn good looking design in Tekken 8. One of my favorites by far. So I'm keen to get hands on with him. I haven't actually tried him in the beta yet. I was kind of too busy messing around with Jun. And speaking of Jun, I would like to see Jun Kazama as a figure here as well, giving another female some time to get some S.H.Figuarts limelight. Jun would be an awesome, fantastic figure to have. I don't think we have very many Jun figures, to be quite honest, or Hwoarang, but you know, there's so many characters in Tekken that don't really get to see additional merchandise exposure. Jun would be great, especially given that she's now she's back basically in Tekken 8. So that would be fantastic to see Jun. I really do quite like her Tekken 8 outfit. I think her Tag 2 look was a little bit better. I think a little bit simpler, but they're quite similar at the same time. General theme is quite similar. But yeah, I would love to see Jun as a figure here as well. The rest of the characters, I think I can kind of, I'll take them, take it or leave it type of thing. But that's definitely my top tier of like ones that I want to see from Tekken 8 so far. Looking at the character list, actually, Leo would be another one because I really enjoy using Leo personally since Tekken 6. It's one of my favorite characters. Just I find her fun to use, or them fun to use. So I would like to see Leo. That would be really cool. Tekken 8 Leo, off the top of my head, I can't remember what the kind of design changes were. I know there are some, but you can tell it's Leo. I'd be cool with Leo as well. Yeah, lots of cool characters they can do. Raven's another one that they can do. Leroy would be really cool to do. If they do Leroy, though, by the way, I just want to stress, if they do a Leroy figure, they have got to do fabric for his, I don't know the actual name for his outfit that he's wearing, but they have got to do a fabric one for that. There's no way you can make a Leroy figure and then give us, like, say, soft plastic for his outfit. That just would be ludicrous. So hear me out, Bandai, Tamashii Nations. If you're going to do a Leroy figure, make sure you use fabric for that sweet outfit that he's got on. And also make sure that he comes with his dog as well, because it'd be weird if he did not come with his dog. So Leroy, that's not one of my top ones, but just certain conditions have got to be met for Leroy. But there's so many characters that they can pick so far of at least what's been announced for the Tekken 8 roster. This is just the base roster, right? There could be additional ones that might sneak in by the time launch comes in as well. I think actually there were quite a few that were leaked as well. So like Zafina, Lee, Devil Jin. Oh, Feng Wei was announced actually the other day. So Feng Wei, that's a really cool one. I'm okay with that. And a couple of other new faces as well that are going to be potentially coming. So those are leaks, but definitely Feng Wei was announced from one of those leaks. I would be cool, by the way, with a Lee. If Lee comes out, Lee's a great figure as well, character. So I'd be like pretty happy with a Lee figure too. All in all, though, this is really nice to see that they're finally doing Tekken figures. And I really hope that they put the same sort of love, attention, and care into these like they do with, say, the Dragon Ball Z figures. Some people might disagree with that, actually, because some of the Dragon Ball fans have kind of been disappointed with some Dragon Ball figures. That's true. But still, I think generally they put a lot of care into that, and I would like to see the same level of care and attention put into the Tekken figures. That doesn't necessarily kind of happen with some of the other figures. You know some of the figures I'm talking about, which just don't look very good. Even some of the MCU ones, they just come out a little bit really hokey looking, weird, really weird faces. So that's just something I'm really hoping, especially for Hwoarang. That dude's got like a perfect face in Tekken 8, right? Don't mess it up. Please don't mess that up. But yeah, I really, really hope they can nail this line and then can continue it, because just like the Street Fighter line, they did like a few characters and then it stopped, and now they're kind of doing variants, which don't know what that means. I don't want that to happen with the Tekken one. I'd love to see this line carry on for a long while. By the way, it just came to mind, King would be another good figure to see as well, because King's great. Love that character. So I definitely would like to see King. As long as the scale is correct as well, because some of these characters are pretty large or pretty tiny, depending on which character we're talking about. But yeah, sorry, I digress again. But yeah, I hope they can really deliver on this line. The character selection or whatever they pick for release and time frame, hopefully that kind of checks out, get a nice diversity of male and female characters. It's fine if they chuck in, Kuma hero there and a Yoshimitsu hero there. I'm fine with that too. Just make sure they look good. I just really, really, really hope that they look good. They have great articulation, which I'm hoping and pretty much expecting. It is S.H.Figuarts. They don't really have terrible articulation. So yeah, it's really just going to come down to me of just I'm a little bit just kind of cautious that they might not look as good as I hope in my head. Because if I recall back to, say, the Bleach figures, I was a little bit disappointed with the way Ichigo ended up looking. So that leaves me a little bit cautious, I suppose. But I'm still excited. I'm still super, super excited that we finally are going to get some Tekken 8 figures from S.H.Figuarts. That kind of leaves me now with hoping for Final Fantasy figures, King of Fighters figures, and what else? Pretty much any IP that I like, really. But those two are kind of outstanding for me. What characters do you want to see from S.H.Figuarts, and what are the first characters that you want to see from S.H.Figuarts? I'll definitely follow up on this video once we see previews of upcoming figures and characters from this brand new line of Tekken 8 S.H.Figuarts figures. In the meantime, take care and see you next time.